in corporate aviation, certainly in general aviation as we travel throughout the country, and almost every FBO that has any kind of value will present a system like WSI. And in the places that I travel, I almost exclusively see WSI products.
Aviation is a peculiar industry. When I came out of Lafayette College and went to work in the industry, I very quickly recognized there was nobody here who wasn't there because they loved airplanes. WSI was smart enough to recognize that if they were going to take a product, a weather product, into the aviation market, they had to have people who understood that passion.
We were doing things nobody else was. We were the first to come out with any kind of computerized weather information, the first to do a PC weather application that showed radar. And I think that's why we've been so successful in our work with airlines and FBOs and corporate flight departments.
I've been a customer of WSI for 11, 12 years now. It was natural to call on them when we had a need. I actually got a senior member of the WSI staff to come down to help us out with a problem in the installation of a new pilot brief system, which involved going onto the roof of our facility and aligning our satellite dish and our LNB before Arlo left. We were online and working with WSI Weather.
We have fun every day, no matter what we're working on.
Pretty much since the time I could hold a crayon in my hand, I've been drawing weather maps and forecasting the weather.
Yeah, I love the weather. It's what I do.
I watch the Weather Channel morning, noon, night.
It's great on days off. People are always asking you, so what's the weather going to be like? And you don't have an answer. You're like, oh, there's another silly weatherman who doesn't know anything about the weather.
If the TV's on, the Weather Channel's on.
I'm a meteorologist. All meteorologists find fun in what they're doing.
Yeah, I still find myself, putting on that slicker and going out in the middle of a thunderstorm and watching it just rain.
I'm a complete fanatic.
The weather does affect a lot of things I'm doing, and of course I always have all my friends calling me up asking me, what's the weather going to be like? I've got to go do this tomorrow.
You have to kind of stay on top of it.
What I've seen with WSI as it's evolved over the years is staying on the leading edge of whatever products and services were necessary in terms of weather and flight planning. I've watched WSI evolve as the technology that was available to them to provide information evolved.
Today we're doing some very neat things with turbulence forecasting, with icing. We have some very special radar products. There's a whole package that we put together that I think gives a pilot probably a better briefing than they can get anywhere else.
We're working on a product called Hubcast, which is really a tool to help airlines manage traffic flow into and out of a terminal. And it's really an innovative product. We not only provide that to our airline customers, but we provide that to the FAA.
We verify our forecasts against the National Weather Service, and we have shown that we, in a number of areas, our forecasts are a little bit superior to theirs.
A lot of work in forecasting is centered on trying to make convective forecasts better. Right now we only say, oh, this is an area where thunderstorms might be, but we're going to try to be much more definitive about thunderstorm's going to be here, it's going to have this amount of severity, it's going to have this height, it's going to have a tornado with it, it's going to have severe turbulence with it, yes or no, and be very definitive about that. Very precise in space and time, and forecasts out that maybe is an hour or two in advance to giving that kind of precision.
WSI is very, very responsive. I feel that they're very, very proactive in the industry and keep on doing what you're doing.
The WSI folks are passionate. It's amazing to me that how many meteorologists that WSI employs. So when you look at those numbers, you know that's where the expertise is in weather forecasting.
I've used the WSI system in the classroom and my own aircraft using the in-flight weather system. I find that in my position, having to travel all over the country in this barren, I find it invaluable. I wouldn't be without it.
If you asked me to name the top 3 weather providers, I couldn't go beyond number 1, which is WSI.